Do you believe in Carolina spreading out offense? They get 2 goals from defensemen again. Seth Jarvis, Rod Brind'Amour just doing his thing. The Devils, I think, weren't ready for the checking of the Canes. Will they adjust going into game 2 and beyond?
Okay, so we talk about the Canes, right? And, no Svechnikov, no Pacioretty, no Teravainen. And we go, geez, we like the Canes. We really like the Canes. We love the way they play. And then we go, yeah, you know what? First round, they said, they're vulnerable. I picked the Islanders. Now they come in, we watch here's what the Devils have. They have a team that's as fast as them. And they have a team that's relentless. And Carolina has an excellent defense and everything that goes with it. I love the Devils. I love the Devils. I've loved the Devils all year long. I like what they're doing. I have not given enough due to the Carolina Hurricanes. And it's time that they get my due. And the way they play with every single shift, it is so incredibly energetic. It's so incredibly purposeful. And sometimes it's not as productive as you'd like. But it's 60 minutes of they're coming after you, and they are not going to let you breathe. They give you so little room you can't even change your mind, let alone change your path. So I have to give Rod Brind'Amour to Carolina. You know what? I like them. I thought that overcoming those injuries would be a tall task. They've shown me no, that's a team. That's a team.
And I like how efforts is not negotiable, right? They frustrated Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier. It was frustrating, and they're like spokes in a wheel. They're all better together. And Lindy Ruff will make adjustments. I just guessed when we make predictions that the losses of those 3 forwards would eventually catch up in a 7-game series. So I'm not going to change that. I've been talked into believing that the Canes couldn't get it done. And after game 1, I said, okay, they did it, and they had the rest, and they have the defense. So I'm going to stick to the Devils' skill. We'll beat the Canes' will in a 7-game series, but I wouldn't be surprised. And you talk about checking. There's other teams who have star players who could learn from the checking. We could name some players on the team we just talked about that's losing, that could learn about 60 minutes. And it doesn't all have to be execution. 60 minutes of skating, 60 minutes of checking, 60 minutes of thinking, and 60 minutes of working. With Rod Brind'Amour, not working for 60 minutes is non-negotiable. It's non-negotiable. And you wonder if Rod got certain players, whether they'd be better under Rod, or if Rod said, I don't want a player that's only in it for 37 and a half minutes, loses focus, doesn't think that's my back check. I'm tired on a shift, so I'll just stand in front of the net as opposed to taking a stick. So this is what makes this series intriguing to me. And we talk about giving out awards, and the awards I like, the ones you don't vote on. Who wins a series? You don't vote on that, Craig. You don't vote on it. You compete. You play. I get they can't execute like Central Red Army, but you know what? They're getting contributions from everyone up and down. Sometimes you only need to score 1 goal in a series. Maybe Kotkaniemi only scores 1 goal in a series. Maybe Jordan Martinook just gets 1 goal. Maybe Brady Shea just gets 1 goal. But if enough guys go 1 for 4 in a baseball game and bat 250, if 9 guys do it, Craig, that's 9 hits. If enough guys do it, that might be enough. I'm impressed like you.
Yeah, and a good point you make too. It's you can't be knee-jerked after 1 game, and certainly the Devils are a good team, but there's no way. And Rod Brind'Amour, when you think about Rod the player, now you think about Rod the coach and the way his team plays. You talk about in the mold of the player. Rod, massive attention to detail. Massive. You could probably look back at Rod Brind'Amour every single shift in his career and ask yourself, was there a shift where he didn't give you everything he had? I bet you the answer would be no, because Rod's not wired that way. And that's how his team plays. I love it. I love the way they play.